Hi there, thanks so much for watching. In this recording, I'm going to try and tackle this quite amusing Reddit post that I just stumbled across here, which is our users have an email notification addiction. Help. In this, I'll quickly jump to the highlights, which is that not only do they love to get lots of email notifications, it seems like they want to get regular repeat notifications until a record meets a certain criteria and kind of falls off of that. Clearly, this is a very transactional business with kind of high volumes, and the managers want to be all over it basically, which is something I've seen many times before. But this is an absolute nightmare for admins as a request, because immediately, if you think about some of the constraints, you can't run a scheduled flow more than once a day. If you try and achieve this with time-based schedules, it's gonna quickly get very messy. So this is a perfect use case for one of the features of our application that I wanted to quickly introduce you to now. Not just the automation aspects of it and how quickly you can delegate the role of supervising to the Salesforce platform, but also the flexibility in the way that you notify your users. So to bring that to life for you, I'm going to quickly build a very simple example. Firstly, our application is called Act On It. It's user push notifications for Salesforce. It's available in the App Exchange, and at the time I'm recording this, it's freely available as well for your first use case. So if this is if I've hit the nail on the head and this is the use case you need it for, then perfect, you get this completely free. So the use case I am going to focus on now is around supervision of your queues. So if you are a highly transactional business, trying to keep on top of your queues is a nightmare, and you have managers who typically feel glued to the platform, just constantly supervising and chasing and nudging their teams, which is not very helpful. No one likes to be chased, no one likes to be tied to Salesforce, but Salesforce doesn't do much to actually help you stay on top of what's going on, because it's all spread across the platform, hidden behind tabs in related lists and so on. So I'm going to show you how we can create a notification to take care of that. I'm in the Act On It application here, and I'm going to navigate to the notification tab, all my existing notifications that I've set up here already, and I'm click new to build a brand new notification. So this is our smart notification builder, and it's a way of essentially cloning yourself to get the platform to supervise things for you, a bit like putting it on autopilot. So Act On It will supervise your org 24/7, so you don't have to. And there's lots of different types that we can choose from. I'm going to focus on probably the most popular one, which is our proactive alerting type here. And it's going to guide me through the setup, a nice user-based step-by-step guide. So hi James, let's start by providing a name and helpful description. So I'm going to say urgent case stuck in queue, or something to that effect. And I'll leave the description, but effectively what I want this to be is I want this to be a notification for maybe our managers or our team if there's ever a case that's urgent and it's in the queue for longer than we want it to be. So which type of records are we interested in tracking today? I'm going to say cases, and we'll go to the next step. So when would you like to send your notification? When Act On It finds cases created in the last 90 days, that's fine. Then meet the following conditions. And if I click Manage Conditions, I can build out some additional criteria here. Here we can filter, a bit like in a report. If you're going to build a report and the types of cases you'd like to supervise, what would they look like? So I can choose the fields on the case object that I'd want to isolate. So firstly, it's open cases only, right? So I'm going to say closed is false. So it's definitely open cases. I want to make sure that the owner, well, maybe it's in a particular queue. So let's just say the owner is in the international queue. This is the queue that I would like to supervise: the platinum gold queue and the escalations queue and the bronze queue. Those are the ones that I want to keep an eye on. And I only want to be notified of high priority cases there. And lastly, the time-based factor, right, which is that it's been sat in there for a while. So the last modified date is less than, let's say, a relative date time of 2 hours ago. So it's been in there for 2 hours at least. I'll confirm that, and I can move on to the next step. But before I do, you can also use SOQL query for this type of notification as well. So if you have a bit of familiarity with the query language of Salesforce, you've got a lot of flexibility there to tap into whatever you need. I'm going to confirm that, and we'll go to the next step. So how frequently would you like Act On It to search for these cases and notify your chosen recipients? So this is how, this is kind of the schedule that you're setting now. I mentioned that scheduled flows can only run once a day. Act On It can run every other minute. essentially. So it's a lot more flexibility here. You can multiple times a day, every minute if you wanted to. I think that's maybe excessive. Let's just say every 5 minutes. Let's say every 5 minutes, or maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's a bit too frequent. Let's say every 10 minutes. And you can have it run all day long. You can have it run select business hours in a certain time zone, certain days of the week, certain days of the month. You've got a lot of flexibility there, but we'll keep it simple for now. Now it's who would you like to notify? Is this going to go to your managers, your supervisors, or is this going to go to team leaders? Is it going to go to the queue members of the queue? So I'm going to quickly click add or remove. I've got all my users in my organization for this application here, members of particular queues or roles. I'm going to choose someone related to the record. I'm going to go for our owner. So that is the owner of the case. And if it's in a queue, I'm going to include queue owners there. And I'm going to confirm that. I'm also going to leave myself copied in for now. So these aren't exclusive. You can add as many as you want to, and you can copy in managers as well. So you can build up a list of people that you want to notify here. Now's the fun bit, right? So this is what do we want to send? So if I do a search, these are all of the notifications that I've set in the past. Do I have one for this? I think I do. Stuck. Priority case been left in the queue for a while. That's perfect. Great. Excellent. So if I quickly fire that, we'll see what that looks like. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's just a subtle highlight. That's not very. There we go. It's a tiny little highlight. I have been sent a push notification offline as well, and an email, which is helpful. But let's make it a bit more prominent in Salesforce. If I edit this type and I go to the message delivery tab, I want this to actually pop up and focus. I would like it to play a sound prompt. If I'm focused on another tab, I want it to blink because this is really important, right? I really want to grab attention here. So I'm going to enable all of those and click save. And now we're going to fire another one because I want to see this. I want to see this pop. And there we go. Perfect. That's a bit more like it. So it popped up and revealed that there's an urgent case that we need to tackle into. So that's perfect. Then we go to the final step, which is just to validate everything we've just configured. Is this right? Every day, Autopilot will search for cases every 10 minutes, and it's going to be looking for those high-value open cases in the queues that haven't been modified in over 2 hours, so they've just been sat dormant. And if I find any, or if Autopilot finds any, it's going to send this push notification, and it's going to send it to our target recipients there. I'm going to click yes and save that, and that's it. Done. That is working for us, ready in the background. We've handed that over to act on it, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. And that's kind of the magic of this app, is that you just delegate it. You can carry on and focus on what matters, knowing that if something bad happens or if something needs your attention, act on it's going to step in and notify you. So hopefully that's helpful. This would certainly be helpful for this anonymous person here who seems like they're up against it. A bit more flexibility than just emails, even though email is certainly a way to grab attention. So a bit of variety there, and the ability to really put your finger on the pulse by having schedules multiple times throughout the day. So if you're facing anything similar, you're welcome to give our application a try. It's user push notifications for Salesforce. It's native. And as I say, it's free for your first time at the time of this recording. Obviously, that's subject maybe to change in future if you're reading this in years and years time, watching this in years and years time rather. If you have any questions or you need any help setting this up, reach out to us. We'll happily help you with any use cases that and any challenges that you're facing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. We look forward to hearing from you soon.